This video is going to be a film study look at the impact that Jaxon Smith-Njigba has had for the Seattle Seahawks, a team that now stands at 5-2 after their win in Week 8. This film study is only going to include film prior to Week 8. Just so you know, the All-22 of the Seahawks win over the Browns doesn't come out until Monday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as I record this Monday morning, I do not have that film available. So we're really going to focus the film from the previous 2 weeks' games against the Cardinals and against the Bengals the week before. I can show you the most that he's had a lot of impact on third downs, particularly, and is effective in the slot as an outside receiver. No matter where they put him, he's a classy, balanced wide receiver. As a Ravens fan, I do Ravens content creation, just so you know up front, and watching a lot of Seattle Seahawks film lately in preparation for that Week 9 collision in Baltimore. It's a scary team. The size that Seattle throws out there at tight end with Noah Fant and DK Metcalf at receiver. Bobo, the rookie wide receiver for them. There's a lot of size that they have there. And then JSN and Lockett, those guys are able to be shifty and run precise routes and make themselves available. JSN is just, to me, he combines with Lockett and Metcalf to form a really dangerous 11 personnel group when Seattle wants to. And then their 12 personnel groupings, I think, are scary, especially when you look at a guy like Fant and his playmaking. Let's get to the film. Again, I'm going to focus it only from the film that I have, which is the past 2 weeks. Touchdown against the Cardinals last week. Outside receiver, I think that Seattle's really using Lockett and Fant to get JSN open, and I mean wide open, obviously. Geno Smith hits him, clean throwing platform to throw from. It's a half-field play, which isn't a bad thing. Like, people are critical of quarterbacks and saying that it's a half-field play like it means something. It doesn't mean anything. It just means it's great design. And JSN is fitting right in there. Buda Baker goes with Lockett on the little corner route, fake corner route. Ball's already out, obviously. You can see that the safeties have been occupied by Fant and Lockett, and JSN wide open. Easy touchdown in Week 7. Up at the top of the screen, this is fourth possession against Arizona. He's the outside receiver, big completion. Him lined up. It's like a deep comeback again out of trips with Fant as the slot receiver. You get that little out motion. So switch release by Lockett and JSN. They're both snapping their routes down. So it's zone. JSN knows when to sit it down, first of all. You got a zone relationship with outside leverage corner. Half-field safety here. Other half-field safety is keying into that side, but he's of no help when JSN brings this down to the top of the numbers. And you can see another clean throwing platform for Geno Smith. Get the football out of there. Max protection out of 12 personnel, which I think Seattle does a great job of when they want to in terms of utilizing the tight ends to create an easy throwing platform for Geno Smith. Another half-field read. In time, JSN, first down. Top of the screen now, this time against man, but very similar route. Man coverage, press man. There's going to be a safety there. Really, it's two-man is what it is. And he sees the safety there. He's got to bring the route back to the quarterback a little bit, but snaps it down really nice. Great footwork, if you ask me. Coming back to the football. Geno Smith, another clean throwing platform. That's one thing I've noticed is when he's got a clean throwing platform, JSN, Lockett, DK Metcalf, all those guys, dangerous team to try to deal with. Big play against big play lined up as an outside receiver, which if I remember correct, prior to the draft process, there was a lot of people saying he can't play there. He's only a slot receiver. Like, this guy can play everywhere. That's ridiculous. Week 6 against the Bengals, 3rd and 19. 3rd and goal from the 19, I should say. And it's a little in route on 3rd down. Nice catch and run. Takes a big hit, don't get me wrong, from Mike Hilton, who played pretty physical in that game, the film that I have, trying to set a tone clearly. But what I like about this is he's bringing this route underneath. He's not bringing it towards the safety. He's catching it at such an angle that he's able to kind of outrun the safety to the other hash. Hilton is still there to make the tackle, but point is he avoids the initial angle of the front side safety, allowing him to force the other safety on the other side of the field, Hilton, to make the tackle. Another 3rd and 4, this one against the Bengals, bottom side of the screen. It's zone. It's one of these coverages the Bengals play on third down occasionally under Lou Anarumo. It's like they'll do a 3-man rush and they'll drop Hubbard, kind of like spy, but he's just reading the quarterback. So basically, he's looking at the quarterback. I'm not necessarily a spy to prevent the quarterback from running, but wherever the quarterback will look, he'll kind of hedge in that direction, try to get in the window because it's 3rd and 4. It's an interesting concept. It's not that other teams don't use it, but Lou Anarumo uses it often, and I feel like he uses it often late in games. But in this case, JSN sees the zone relationship of the hook defender, the flat defender sits in between there quickly. Geno Smith gets the ball out. He actually had Fant over top of that cover 2 corner as well. Could have taken either one of these routes. JSN, Fant over the top, running towards the sideline. Both were available against this Tampa 2. Easy first down. Another third down, week 7. He's in the slot, design screen to trips. What I like about this is the size of the Seahawks receivers and tight ends works in their favor. Bobo and Fant are out there in the trips. It's a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. So design play call to get it out to JSN. And he's able to just weave through the 2 blocks. 10-yard gain for a first down. 2nd and 7 back against the Bengals. He's at the bottom of the screen. It's going to be a delayed kind of like in route. Not necessarily a dig, but it's a later developing route over the top of the linebacker level. Lockett is being used as the bait for Logan Wilson. He can't have any awareness necessarily of the route behind him. From a JSN standpoint, I like the timing of when he breaks this route over the top of that linebacker level. So we'll call this the 2nd level defenders, with the 1st level being the pass rushers. And when he breaks this over the top is perfect. You got Lockett running across as bait for this guy. Tight end 89 sitting down between the hash and the top of the numbers as bait for Logan Wilson. Brings it in between, perfectly designed, nicely executed by Jason. Just a professional, smart wide receiver, man. I would be remiss if I don't mention this. I'll probably talk about this throw like 3 times this week in preparation for the Ravens-Seahawks game. JSN's up top, but this is going to be a completion to Noah Fant. This is a immaculate throw. 13 personnel play action by Geno Smith. He's got plenty of time. Throws it over the top of the linebacker, Kazir White, in front of Budda Baker for a big gain. Now, if he wanted to, he hasn't released the football yet. Budda Baker is going with Fant, and this corner is looking for work from the other side, but you can see he's tight. He's only at 10 yards depth. The opportunity is there to get the ball to JSN. Why do I bring this up? Am I saying Geno Smith should have thrown the ball? No. It's an amazing throw by Geno Smith and a great catch by Noah Fant. I'm showing you that JSN makes himself available for the football consistently. I love that he brings this route vertical for a moment to press this safety up the field, and then I think open himself up even more for the football, even though Geno Smith chose to go to Noah Fant for good reason. He's consistently making himself available and open, if you ask me. It's not all been perfect, don't get me wrong. He's lined up in the backfield here, just so you know. Seattle does this a lot. There does seem to be some tendency in terms of, where this guy motions and where the play goes. I think it's a poor throw by Geno Smith. There's just not much mustard on it, and it's an interception by Mike Hilton. I do like the design, to be honest with you. You've got him motioning out and forcing the nickel defender to go with him, but you also have this one-man screen developing with the tight end and your tailback potentially being a receiver with a guy in front of him. The Ravens use this too. I really like these plays that I'm seeing from some teams in the NFL this year that are using this concept, meaning the one-man screen out there to the side, full flow, tight end running back or fullback running back as a potential late choice for the quarterback. Geno goes up top to JSN. Hilton, great play by him, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a poorly thrown ball. In any case, you guys let me know what you think of JSN. If you watch this long, you're probably a Seahawks fan. You probably are really pleased to have got the guy. I know the yards per target isn't as high as some rookie receivers have had in recent years at 4, 5, 6 games into their career, but the guy is just really professional, smooth with his route running. I have seen no examples of anything less than really good hands for him. I love the game that he brings and the element he brings to Seattle's offense as a Ravens fan, a Ravens content creator. I'm not looking forward to our defense having to defend all these weapons in Baltimore in Week 9. But I think this guy's got a great future, and I'm sure you guys are happy to have him as Seahawks fans. Let me know what you think of the video in the comment section. If you think other Seattle fans, other Ohio State JSN fans might enjoy this video, this film study look at his play in recent weeks, then please consider grabbing a link to this content, sharing it out on social media to help this video get more reach.